A body like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his heyday. That's certainly what many of you dream of. And that's not surprising. After all, Arnold Schwarzenegger is still the symbol of masculine aesthetics and perfection nowadays. So you certainly want to know, is it possible to achieve a body like that of the Austrian oak at his best times completely without steroids? Or do you have to take gear for it? That's exactly what we'll tell you in this video, so be sure to watch it to the end and find out what you need to do to get a body like Arnold Schwarzenegger's when he was young. First things first, we want to be honest right from the start. No, a body like Arnold Schwarzenegger's at his best cannot be achieved without steroids, and even with steroids by very few people with excellent genetics. Makes sense. After all, even back then, all professional bodybuilders at world-class level were already massively juicing, so Arnold Schwarzenegger was not ahead of his competitors in terms of steroids. He didn't take a magical cycle that was better than anyone else's. With small differences, all bodybuilders of that time took roughly the same substances. That's still the case today. So Arnold Schwarzenegger rather outperformed his competitors with his excellent genetics, which were much better accentuated by his steroid use. After all, everyone's natural plateau in terms of muscle building and strength gain can be overcome by performance-enhancing substances like steroids. Arnold Schwarzenegger was able to significantly improve his already remarkable body in its natural state. The fact that he took steroids at the time is absolutely no secret. He has already admitted this in many interviews. According to his own statement, Arnold Schwarzenegger started bodybuilding at the age of 15 and then took steroids for the first time at 20, and at the same age, then participated in his first famous bodybuilding competition, the Mr. Universe. He already revealed back in 1988 in an interview with Playboy magazine that once a year he did a cycle of 6 to 8 weeks right before competitions like Mr. Olympia. Here it must also be mentioned that steroids were not yet illegal back then, and bodybuilders also had far from the same scientific information as nowadays. So most of them experimented with different substances, dosages, and cycles. Arnold Schwarzenegger himself, for example, read a lot about the steroid cycles of the soldiers of East Germany and the Soviet Union to learn more about performance-enhancing substances. It is not exactly known to this day what exactly he took and in what dosages. We do know, however, that he used dianabol, decaderbolin, and primobolan, among others. Testosterone enthate, growth hormones, and insulin were not yet used in his time. This is also the reason why bodybuilders of those days look much more aesthetic than they do nowadays. Nevertheless, steroids and other performance-enhancing substances can of course have significant health side effects. This is also emphasized by Arnold Schwarzenegger nowadays, who advises against steroids and is also critical of the massive intake of performance-enhancing substances in today's bodybuilding. And we also believe that you should avoid steroids, growth hormones, SARMs, and other performance-enhancing substances and train naturally instead. That way you can also achieve amazing results without endangering your health. And health is, after all, by far the most valuable element in life. That's it again for today. If you liked the video, share it with your friends.